It all begins in 1995 when Eleanor Young walks into a posh London hotel, only to be met with sneering staff who turn her and her family away from their reserved room. But Eleanor doesn't just walk out defeated. Minutes later, she returns, greeted this time by the owner himself, who introduces her as the new owner of the hotel. Lesson learned: never underestimate Eleanor Young. Fast forward to the present, and Rachel Chu, a brilliant NYU economics professor, is teaching her class about the psychology of winning. Little does she know she's about to be thrust into a high-stakes game of her own. Her boyfriend, the charming Nick Young, invites her to Singapore for his best friend's wedding. What she assumes will be a romantic getaway turns out to be an introduction to one of the wealthiest and most secretive families in Asia. The warning signs start early. On their first-class flight, Rachel is stunned to learn Nick's family isn't just comfortable. They're impossibly, jaw-droppingly rich. In Singapore, the glamour and opulence are overwhelming, but not everything glitters in this world of gold. Rachel's college friend, Peek Lin, quickly fills her in. Nick Young is practically royalty in Singapore, and his mother, Eleanor, is fiercely protective of the family's legacy. At Nick's family party, Rachel's faux pas pile up, and Eleanor makes it clear she doesn't approve of Nick's commoner girlfriend. A small win comes when Nick's grandmother, Su Yi, seems to warm to Rachel. But Eleanor is biding her time. Things spiral at Araminta's lavish bachelorette party. Rachel becomes the target of a cruel sabotage, her bed defiled with dead fish and graffiti branding her a gold digger. Comforted by Nick's cousin Astrid, who's dealing with her own heartbreak over her cheating husband, Rachel tries to hold it together. Meanwhile, Nick confides in his best friend Colin that he plans to propose, despite the inevitable fallout with his family. A dinner at the Youngs brings tensions to a boiling point. As Rachel fumbles with dumpling making, Eleanor recounts her own struggles to be accepted into the family, but her words carry a sharp edge. Rachel, too, will never be good enough. A heartbroken Rachel considers leaving, but Peek Lin urges her to stay and fight. Armed with a show-stopping makeover, Rachel attends the wedding with renewed determination. At the wedding, Rachel dazzles, earning the admiration of even Singaporean royalty. But the celebration is short-lived. Eleanor and Su Yi ambush her with devastating news. A private investigator has uncovered that Rachel's father is alive and was part of an adulterous affair. Eleanor declares Rachel unworthy of Nick, and Rachel leaves the event shattered. Nick, torn between love and loyalty, defies his family, chasing after Rachel. Days pass as Rachel wallows at Peek Lin's home until an unexpected visitor arrives. Her mother, Carrie. Carrie reveals the truth. She fled an abusive husband in China, finding solace in a kind classmate who became Rachel's biological father. Her story brings clarity to Rachel, but also courage. Rachel agrees to meet Nick, who proposes, ready to sever ties with his family for her. But Rachel has her own game plan. She meets Eleanor at a mahjong parlor for a confrontation that's as strategic as it is symbolic. Rachel reveals that she turned down Nick's proposal, choosing to spare him the pain of losing his family. She sacrifices her happiness, but not without delivering a cutting truth to Eleanor. One day, she'll owe Rachel a debt for the love she showed Nick. As Rachel walks away, victorious in her own way, Eleanor is left to grapple with her grudging respect for the woman she tried to tear down. But love, as it turns out, finds a way. Nick surprises Rachel on her flight back to the U.S., this time with Eleanor's emerald engagement ring in hand, a symbol of acceptance and unity. Rachel says yes, and the couple celebrates their engagement in a breathtaking party atop Singapore's Marina Bay sands, where even Eleanor's icy demeanor begins to thaw. And in a mid-credit twist, Astrid, now free from her cheating husband, locks eyes with her ex-fiancé Charlie Wu, leaving the door open for her own rekindled romance.